3 games, Haley Cavinder was the headliner, was the catalyst. Tonight, the shots aren't falling the same way they did, but Tamara, she's done a little bit of everything.
Well, you know, as a basketball player, some nights are just like that, but you want to make sure that just because you aren't scoring, you're not effective, right? So she's still on the triple-double watch, all right? She has 6 points, 6 rebounds, or 7 points and 6 rebounds, and you know she's making her presence known, although it's not coming from the scoring column.
A chance at her 4th career triple-double if she has a big 4th quarter, and FIU with an early chance in this 4th quarter.
So we have a triple-double watch for Haley, and then we have a double-double watch from Jasmine Roberts.
Jazz has 9 points, 8 rebounds. Of course, on the other side, Paris Atkins, a chance at a double-double. She's got 10 points and 7 points.
Was that foul just on Marshall?
It was. That's a big foul, of course. That is foul number. We were so concerned about the double-double and triple-double watches. We missed the foul watch, which might be even more important. Natalia Marshall picks up a quick 4th.
She has not been able to get any continuity in this game because she has spent the majority of her time on the sidelines.
It's just been 7 minutes on the floor for Natalia Marshall tonight. She played 25 minutes in the Hurricanes' win against Florida the other night. Roberts finds the freshman, and she knocks it home. Anae Adams on the board.
Adams also has a bright future here with the Hurricanes. I like her tenacity, her hustle, her aggressiveness.
She's played just 5 minutes. She's got 7 points. Knocks down her first field goal, 4-4 at the line. And now a foul called on Jasmine Roberts. It was a theme in the 3rd quarter. 5 quick fouls for Miami. They then stopped fouling, but they've got 2 quick ones here. And one more look at the freshman, Anae Adams.
Miami has the ability for almost everyone to knock down a 3-point shot on the team. It's very difficult to guard when everyone can shoot.
The shots haven't fallen for the most part tonight, but when they do, it's dangerous. And Adams steals it, finds Hannah Cavinder, and she's fouled.
Very quickly down the court goes Miami. FIU has to pick up in transition, but it's hard to pick up in transition when you turn the ball over at the 3-point line. Comes a race.
That's where Miami's been most successful tonight, when they've gotten out and running. You mentioned the depth, the versatility of this Miami team. That's probably only going to lend itself to maybe some more running in the 4th quarter, as Hannah Cavinder in the scoring column with that freebie. Now 10 of the 11 Hurricanes who have appeared tonight have scored. Hannah knocks down both, and Miami up by 20. It's the Hurricanes' largest lead of the night.
And at this point, you think if you are start to work on things that you would want to. Quick timeout.
And FIU calls a timeout. Didn't like the look of it. Miami up by 20. FIU wants to talk things over here in the 4th quarter at the Watsco Center. Paris Atkins, the leading scorer tonight, trying to keep FIU in this game. The Hurricanes have extended their lead to 20. But a timeout called by the Panthers, looking to try and just slowly chip away as time starts to work its way down. And a 5-second violation not going to help that effort.
As you mentioned earlier, if FIU is going to make a surge and a run and a momentum shift, it has to happen now or never.
It's do or die time for FIU. They're going to need to stop first. Hannah Cavinder down the lane. It opened up like the sea, and she lays it in.
It just looks so easy. It just looked effortless, as if, and absolutely nothing is going the way for FIU. They're getting into their heads a little bit. Their heads are hanging down a little bit. What an amazing seal by Williams and Cavinder to know that she still have a free open layup.
An easy layup for Hannah as Miami extends its lead. On the other side, FIU, that was their 25th turnover of the night. That is not a recipe for success, Tamara. 25 turnovers.
I think there's a lot of takeaways of things that FIU can go back to the drawing board and work on. Definitely making cleaner passes and taking care of the ball.
Robles finds Rodriguez down the lane, through contact, can't get it to go, but she's fouled.
That's the third Hurricanes foul.
This one's called on the freshman Adams. And that would be one way for FIU to work its way a little back, score with the timer not running.
Yep, Adams got caught with her hand in the cookie jar. But FIU has to realize and understand what the situation is on the court. And I'm not sure if they understand that being aggressive is in, you know, it's good for them. It's a benefit for them.
Rodriguez knocks down both. You mentioned it, it's do or die time for FIU tonight. Under 8 to go, down by 20. They're gonna make something almost historic and crazy happen. Hannah Cavinder thought about the three, instead takes the jumper, and she's starting to heat up.
Like I said, we can't make it beyond the arc, take a couple steps in, and sometimes all you need to do is see one shot fall.
She's got 6 points in the quarter alone, and now an offensive foul.
I told you Adams does a great job of drawing offensive fouls. She probably has at least one every game.
And Adams gets the call, and the freshman's been a spark for Miami off the bench. Hannah Cavinder again, making 8 for the grad student. Not a single player for the Hurricanes in double figures, yet Miami has 65 points.
They're getting it done by committee, which is something that they're going to have to do when they meet more competitive teams. It can't just be one person.
Rodriguez can't answer. Cameron Williams the board. Hannah Cavinder's been the hot hand in this quarter.
Not something that you see often. You always see Haley. So it's a breath of fresh air when you see Hannah able to put the ball in the basket as well.
This time it's Anae Adams who's fouled on the way up.
Anae has been a spark plug off the bench. 7 points. Just a limited amount of minutes. She's made her time count.
4 of those 7 have come at the line in just 8 minutes off the bench. That'll earn you some more time. Get 5 shots at the line tonight for the freshman from Massachusetts. 3-time Gatorade Player of the Year. Stays perfect at the charity stripe.
If Cullop can keep this group together, I see the potential of this being a very special Miami team. With her ability to recruit, she has one of the top recruiting classes. She can just keep them together.
A lot of new faces in year 1, but a chance to build something. And a timeout called by FIU before the basket. Jessica Burks-Wiley wants to talk things over again. Miami has gotten this lead out to 26. We'll be right back here in Coral Gables.
Cake, bark, son, boat, a cloud. With plaque psoriasis, even the thought of an itchy situation can throw you off your game. Otezla is the #1 prescribed pill to treat plaque psoriasis.
Car, drum. Yes.
Otezla can help you get clearer skin and reduce itching and flaking.
It's a bird. It's a plane.
Doctors have been prescribing Otezla for over a decade. Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Severe diarrhea, nausea or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts.
Baby!
What? Go!
Football!
Yes! Yeah!
With less itchy redness, game night is a great night. Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otezla. Scan to learn more.
FIU looking for an answer in this fourth quarter, but it might be a little too late, Tamara. And there's been so many different options for Miami. It hasn't necessarily been the same story all night. As of late, it's been Anae Adams and Hannah Cavinder who have really provided that spark.
Well, in looking at the situation that's going on, Miami right now is 100% from every angle. They're 100% from the field goal, 100% from the three-point, 100% from the free throw. And then when you look at FIU, they are 0 for 1, 0 for 1. But they are getting the job done at the free throw line. If they could just get to the free throw line, they can chip at this lead. Not a lot of time left to do so.
That's going to be the tricky part. They're not just playing against Miami, they're playing against the time. Harris Atkins gets the inbounds, but Hilton was all over it. And Adams got in there and tied up, and it's Miami basketball.
Well, you can't chip into it if you don't have possession of the ball. And Miami has had a lot of tips, not just turnovers, but a lot of tips that have led to turnovers, that have led to ball tie-ups. Those 50-50 balls have gone Miami's way.
FIU putting some pressure on Miami as Rodriguez picks up Harmon the length of the floor. Harmon will just bring it all the way back out. The freshman to the veteran Williams. 10 left to shoot. Williams finds Adam. Timer down to 4. Adams down the lane, crisscross, can't get it to go, and a foul is called.
Miami back at the free throw line, and it is Adams again. Adams already with 9 points. She may be the first Hurricane off the bench in double figures.
She hasn't played too much tonight for Miami. Just 9 minutes off the bench. She's got 9 points, already a career high. Granted, of course, just her 4th collegiate game, but she has had things working for Miami. The freshman now in double figures, first player tonight wearing white to cross that 10-point mark.
And the second player combined with both teams in double figures.
It's been quite the performance from the freshman. In limited time, she stays perfect at the line. Now 8 points from the charity stripe, 8 of 8. And the Hurricanes up by 28. And it's been Miami's bench in this second half that has really propelled them to this massive advantage. Adams again takes it off the bounce. Adams can't get the lay-in to go. As Natabu clears.
Coach wants to slow it down and get a quality shot.
FIU hasn't scored in nearly 3 minutes. Down low to Natabu. Guarded by Williams, turn around. No good, Williams the board, but can't hold on.
Just slipped off of her. You know, I spoken with one of the coaches from Miami a few days ago, and they told me how slippery her hands and her jersey and everything is because she sweats a lot.
Rodriguez from the corner, and FIU ends the drought and knocks down the 3. Rodriguez has 5 tonight, just the 3rd triple for the Panthers. And Harmon is fouled by James, and that'll send Miami to the line.
Miami started out with 3 quick fouls, and then FIU quickly caught up to that. And now we've seen things flip-flop. So now Miami can be aggressive. Now Miami can run the show the way they want to, because any little ticky-tack, they're going to the free throw line.
Harmon's been there 4 times tonight. She's knocked down all 4 attempts. Make it 5 of 5. And this is an area of strength for this Miami team. Entered tonight 81.5%. They're 21 of 25, make it 22 of 26. And if you send the Hurricanes to the line, they're going to make you pay. $27-point lead for Miami. Rodriguez takes Rogers. Adams almost had it, and she's called for the foul on an end one for Diata.
Fouls on number 5, Renee Adams, her 4th.
And the fouls, as we mentioned, ending up on both sides, but this time Diata able to work through the contact.
Again, now Adams in foul trouble, and that is her 4th. You know, the thing about being very aggressive defensively is that you take those risks of getting in foul trouble. But the awesome thing, if you are Coach Cullop, is that you have a deep bench to go to, and so you're not afraid to be aggressive because you have someone else to come and take the place.
Harmon quickly down the lane, quickly lays it in.
I really like Harmon's game.
A freshman from Patterson, New Jersey, 5-star recruit by ESPN. These freshmen are really filling it up tonight.
She's very strong and solid. I like how she pounds the ball and takes command. She's very poised and under control, and that's something that Miami definitely needs.
Natabu over Williams as the shots start to fall a little bit more for both of these teams.
Almost a little bit too late if you're FIU, but there are some takeaways that they can take from this game, right? They don't just come and take away. They look at how they performed second half of the 4th quarter and how they're able to get these types of plays in this game.
And Natabu says, not in my house. Wow. She's making her presence felt tonight.
You know, she's put it all out there. She's really sacrificed her body. She's done everything she could to get FIU in an opportunity to be competitive.
Natabu's played 36 minutes thus far. Came off the floor for a matter of just a few seconds before a media timeout. Tamara, there's one thing we did not mention tonight, and we have to. It's Miami and FIU. You have a little bit of history when these two teams get together. The all-time scoring mark. Everyone knows it's Tamara James, men's or women's, in Miami basketball history. What most people probably don't know is that you set the all-time scoring mark against FIU.
Absolutely. Such a memorable moment. I will never forget. Our band sat on the far side of the court, and they counted down. They counted down for games until I reached that mark. And kudos for my teammate, Amy Audibert, who was an analyst for the Miami Heat, who selflessly gave up an open layup so I can break the record.
You finished with 2,406 points in your career, most of any player, men or women, to play at Miami. It was 2,375 points that got you that record. At the 13:50 mark in the second half of that game on March 18th, 2006, you finished with 32 that night.
Oh, you're giving me a history lesson. 32?
Not too bad, right?
I miss it.
Rodriguez, the offensive board. With Miami up comfortably in the closing minutes. And a travel call.
Good disciplined defense from this Miami team.
That is turnover number 30 for FIU. You mentioned some of the takeaways. That's probably point of emphasis number 1 for the Panthers moving into their next game.
Number 1 through 10. Take care of the ball. And kudos to Miami for withstanding that surge that FIU did when they first came out. They came out really strong. They came out really assertive. They took control of the game, and Miami was poised, and they just chipped at it. And when they got to their comfort zone, it was all gas, no brakes.
If you're just joining us, it was 7-0 FIU to start this thing off. You mentioned Miami chipped away. It was 19-19 after the first quarter, but it was the tail of the first two quarters that really turned this game. The Hurricanes outscored the Panthers 21-8 in that second frame. Rogers up and under move and kissed it off the window and in, and she's into double figures.
And all of a sudden, we were waiting for someone to get to double figures, and now we have two.
Harmon picks her pocket. Harmon and Adams, 2-on-1. Adams can't hold on. Back to Aurora Almo, and she scores her first points as a Miami Hurricane.
Wow, what a special moment for her. We're talking about moments, her ability to get out there and just, Miami, they had nowhere to go, and they're selflessly passing the ball, and she was in the right place at the right time.
The redshirt freshman in the scoring column. All 11 Hurricanes who have played tonight have scored. Rogers looking to add to her total. Can't get the three to go.
Hip pocket.
Rogers off the window.
Now Rogers leading Miami with 12 points.
A 30-point lead, 12 from Rogers. As Miami has blown the doors off of this one. Still playing hard as we've reached the final 60 seconds here in Coral Gables. Rogers corrals. There's 45 seconds to go as the Hurricanes have grabbed hold of this lead. Miami, barring anything crazy happening in the last 38 seconds, will go to 4-0. FIU will drop to 1-3. And the Hurricanes will be back in action on Friday against Campbell. And a chance for Miami to continue the Tricia Cullop era on the right foot.
It's such a tough break for FIU, being, you know, understaffed on their basketball team, having some injuries, having that adversity, and just trying to fight through those growing pains.
Good season for FIU last year, 21-12 under Jessica Burks-Wiley, but tonight it was all Miami. The Hurricanes up by 28, and it'll stay right there as the freshman Leah Harmon dribbles it out. Miami wins the battle of the 305 as the Hurricanes pull away in the second half to win this thing 79-51. Tamara, quick final thought.
Phenomenal start for Tricia Cullop in this Miami Hurricanes program. What a momentum builder to continue in the offseason to get, not in ACC play, to get them prepared for what is to come.
The Hurricanes get contributions from all over the stat sheet. So for Tamara James, I'm Josh White saying so long from Coral Gables. Once again, our final score, Miami 79, FIU 51. To watch this entire game on replay as well as other games on ACC Network, download the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.